P-Storm!
Welcome back to P-Storm. We're playing Danganronpa 2, and when we last left off, we had just finished investigating Byakuya's murder. Now, we're about to head into the class trial, and Gundam is right here. Remember this well. A main character arrives when he intends to. Huh? It seems you noticed it too. Oh, you got your earring back. Good for you, my man. If I did, then I'm right.
Alright, now that everyone's all together, let's take the secret entrance to the trial field. Please wait a second. My, Monomi. Just what are you doing here? Nobody asked for you. Hi. Do you actually want to join in? Do you want to taste how powerless you are at the class trial? You're an even bigger masochist than I thought. Oh well, I'm a big brother who dotes on his little sister. I shall allow your special participation. I'll go on ahead and wait for you guys, so hurry over.
He told us to come, but how do we get there? I don't see any doors or vehicles. He mentioned something about a secret entrance, was it? Secret entrance. Well, let's talk to everyone before we go in. A huge organization, so my kingdom has been cast in doubt. However, I do not think my government would participate in something like this. This is our battle to avenge Byakuya, but I feel quite disheartened. Let's stop this bad joke. Why don't we have dinner instead?
What happened, Hajime? Are you scared? Seriously, you're such a wuss.
Damn it. I don't want to go, but is there any way I can run away from this? Peko, you doing okay? You looked like you weren't feeling too well earlier.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I appreciate your concern. However, there are other things we should be focusing on.
This is definitely strange. Why is this happening? Why? Why do we have to find the killer?
You were wondering about Gundam too, right? You too, huh?
Hi.
We gotta find the killer. If we don't, we're the ones who are gonna get killed. Be happy. You humans have been spared. I don't give a flying fuck if that fat pig is dead. Who fucking cares, seriously? Jeez, how boring. Whatever, let's go inside already. In RPG video games, it's common for secret areas to be underground. Comparing our situation to a video game. Good talk. What the hell? Something's shaking.
This is dangerous. Everyone, please get down. Something came out?
Could it be? Is he telling us to enter it? Such a suspicious area. Even Crimson Steel Elephant Magazine is trembling with fear.
Wow. That's so totally suspicious.
Forgive me. Seriously, just forgive me already. Hey, why don't we just stop here? I mean, none of this is real anyway. Like, not even remotely. There's no way. There's no way we'll find the killer. Complaining won't get us anywhere. If you're really a man, then man up for God's sake. We've come this far. We have no choice but to keep moving forward. You're right. There's nowhere for us to run. We need to do it. That's everyone's decision. I'll just follow you guys. If this were a video game, it'd have a very high difficulty level. Let's do our best to clear the game. Shaking with fear and nervousness, I hesitantly lifted my feet and stepped onto the escalator. I won't think anymore. If I think, I'll run away. All I could do was stare upward intensely as the escalator carried me. When each of us entered Monokuma Rock, this is an elevator. I see. This entire rock is an elevator. Once again, Monokuma's doing what he pleases. However, if he's gone this far and made something like this, I don't think he's playing around. Even so, we're going pretty deep. That's what she said. I heard an unnerving chattering sound inside my head. I soon realized it was the sound of my teeth. All I could do was purse my lips tightly so everyone else couldn't hear it. I'm trying to chatter my teeth, but I can't do it. There we were, listening to unpleasant roars as the elevator plunged deeper and deeper into the earth. Some time passed before the elevator finally finished ascending, and then the elevator door slowly opened.
Okay, welcome. This is the class trial field. How do you like it? It's a special place that will decide your fates.
What the hell's he thinking? Locking us up in a shitty-looking place like this? Are you fucking crazy? Don't mess with me, asshole.
Complain all you like. I'm used to it by now. Come on, you're wasting your time and energy. Hurry up and take your seats where your names are written.
Looks like everyone knows. Even if we try to resist, it won't change a thing. Just as Monokuma ordered, we walked toward the seats we had been assigned. From this point on, we need to find out who killed Byakuya. The ultimate affluent progeny, Byakuya Togami. He was overly critical, arrogant, and condescending, but he also had a strong sense of responsibility. As we were panicking, he accepted his role as leader and tried his very best to keep us together. A guy like him got murdered. The person who did it is one of us? I can't believe it. There's no way I can believe it. But if it's really true, we need to find out by any means possible, because that's our only option. Because there's no way for us to survive unless we sacrifice the killer. And so, this life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Okay, set skills, set skills. Come on, I know I bought some. Okay, delusion, ambidextrousness. Alright, let's go.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you'll present your arguments for the killer and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the Blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the Blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Such a cruel rule.
Before we begin, I'd like to confirm one thing. Is there really a killer among us?
Most definitely. There's no doubt that the Blacken is lurking among you. Such a sad state of affairs, isn't it? By the way, this class trial is going to be 100% fair, so there's no need to worry. I'm the type who hates favoritism and prejudice. Well, not as much as I hate Monomi, of course. You hate me that much? Now, let's begin. You're telling us to begin, but what are we supposed to do?
No complaining. Let's just settle it with our fists. Were you even listening to the rules? Didn't that Byakuya bastard get killed in the dining hall? Huh? Then everyone there is a fucking suspect. Yeah. What you're really trying to say is that you're not the killer, right? No shit. You guys went off on your own and started killing each other. It has nothing to do with me. Huh? What does that mean? Anyway, why don't we try talking about the most pressing issue on our minds? Huh? The most pressing issue on our minds? Where we found the body. It's very strange to find a body underneath a table. Then let's start with that mystery. The reason why Byakuya's body was discovered under the dining hall table. We can start with that, but ultimately, we need to find out who murdered him. If we can't do that... No. Thinking about if is a waste of time. We have to do this no matter what. So the class trial has finally started. From this point on, I will provide simple tutorials at every important moment. I'm sorry, but please excuse my ear-tainting rudeness. As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, all of your classmates will speak one after the other without any breaks. It's up to you to reveal any lies or mistakes contained within their statements. This means you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Out of all the truth bullets you find during your investigation, only the relevant ones will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the mouse to move the reticle, then fire with the left mouse button. Pay close attention to each character's statements and choose your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. How do I turn off tutorials? Because I'm pretty sure... I seem to recall in the first game it asked you if you wanted to hear each tutorial. So do I have to, like, turn off tutorials this time? Okay, the knife, the gaps in the floorboard, and the blood stain under the table. Yeah, let me figure this out first. Okay. Oh, that's my truth bullets. Oh well. Okay. There's Byakuya's body in a place like that. His body was underneath the table. Okay. That was wrong. I know which truth bullet to... I like this little progress bar here.
I still got it, baby.
No, I don't think the killer moved the body. Huh? Why? Try to remember what the body looked like when we found it under the table. Though there was a lot of blood everywhere, there was no sign the killer actually dragged the body through it. So that's why you think it's impossible that the killer moved the body. I see. I get your point. Ah, and here I thought I had a genius idea.
Too bad you're so stupid and boring and unpopular. Your life is meaningless.
I respond better to praise, you know.
But if the killer didn't move the body, why was it under the table?
Byakuya was probably killed under the table. What? You think he was killed under the table? So Byakuya snuck under the table for reasons unknown, and that's when he was killed. Then shortly thereafter, we found his body under the table. That doesn't make sense, but why did he go under the table? Obviously he was hiding so he could surprise us. That dude was always a big jokester. The hell he was? You seriously couldn't tell what kind of person he was? Maybe he panicked during the blackout and dove under the table. It's a blackout, not an earthquake. Just because the power went out doesn't mean he'd dive under the table. The reason why is probably connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, don't you think? The reason Byakuya dove under the table... If it's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, then... Oh shit. Oh, he might have tripped.
This may sound presumptuous, but I think that's wrong.
Everyone's staring. Looks like I just made a fool of myself in front of everyone. The reason Byakuya dove under the table... Nope, that wasn't right either. I thought maybe he like knew there were night vision goggles under the table. Maybe he was going for the case? Man. First trial and I'm already stumped. The knife, I guess. It probably has something to do with the knife we found under the table. Knife? Oh, you mean the thing that obviously screams, "I am the murder weapon"? Byakuya probably noticed the knife was hidden there, so in order to get it, he moved under the table. He was particularly sensitive to the presence of dangerous items, so I cannot deny that possibility. But how did he notice that there was a knife under the table? If he knew beforehand, he probably would have done something about it before the blackout, right? Then instead of knowing about it beforehand, maybe he saw it right at that moment? Like, for example, he might have seen someone trying to take the knife out from under the table. No, that's not possible. What? You seem rather confident about that. Of course. I have proof to back me up.
This is almost like a real trial.
During the previous statement, there was only one weak spot. But from this point on, there will be several weak spots standing in your way. Right. I want to turn off the, I want to see if there's a way to turn off tutorials. Because I know all this shit already. I guess there's no way to turn off tutorials. But from this point on, there will be various weak points standing in your way. No matter how many weak spots there are, there will be only one lie or contradiction in the debate at a time. This means there will be false weak spots. If you shoot a false weak spot with a truth bullet, not only will you fail to refute what was said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. If your influence gauge reaches 0, you will fail, so please be extra careful. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or mistakes. Also, if you concentrate by holding down the space key, you can progress the arguments slowly. Please use it whenever you feel like the statements are moving too fast for you to aim. However, this does consume the focus gauge, so please be careful. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Make your argument! That's a lot of truth bullets. God damn. If that's the case, during the blackout, Mr. Ham Hands must have seen the killer take the knife. I mean, he was wearing night vision goggles. No, fuck, come on. Alright, let's keep going. Whew. No, Byakuya is probably the only one who was able to see in the dark. Why do you say that? If he was using those night vision goggles we found under the table, he would have seen what was happening. So, are you saying Byakuya was the one who used those night vision goggles? Yeah, that seems to be the case. No, that's obviously wrong. It should be the other way around. Other way around? Seriously, the killer used those night vision goggles, not Byakuya. Were you surprised by Mahiru's sudden argument? Just between you and me, I was also surprised. Just kidding, I'm sorry. Now then, when this kind of argument surfaces, you'll go into a one-on-one debate called a rebuttal showdown. In this mode, you have to counter the other person's claim, draw out their weak spots, and argue against them. Please counter the other person's remarks with the WASD keys. Based on the shape of their remarks, it is important to know whether to cut vertically, sideways, or diagonally. And based on that, you can skew the debate's mood to your advantage. On the other hand, if you ignore the other person's remark, it will skew toward their advantage. In the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, a number that shows the sharpness of your counter is displayed. This is the number of times you can cut remarks during one round of the debate. You will lose counts of sharpness even if you miss, so please be very careful. When the mood skews to your advantage for a certain length of time, the other party's argument changes. This means the conversation will develop. If that happens, they will end up divulging some weak spots. However, you cannot normally cut remarks that contain weak spots. Instead, it will skew the mood toward the other party's advantage. Plus, it's going to be very big. Just like a regular debate, please refute any weak spots with the left mouse button. Of course, if you don't have the correct truth blade, you will not be able to cut an opponent's remark. Huh? What's a truth blade? I am terribly sorry. It appears there's been a delay in contacting you. I will make sure the person in charge of contacting you takes a very long vacation. In this mode, truth bullets will be called truth blades. That's about it. There won't be any other changes to your handbook menu. Only the name was changed, but don't you think a change in feeling is important? If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay, so this must be a new mode.
常識で考えればさ、暗視スコープを使ったのは犯人の方でしょ。絶対そうに決まってるって。そう。
I can't just listen to what she's saying. I also need to respond.
常識で考えればさ、暗視スコープを使ったのは犯人の方でしょ。絶対そうに決まってるって。
I can't advance forward if I'm just listening. I should let Mahiru say what she wants to say and then find a point I can argue against.
常識で考えればさ、暗視スコープを使ったのは犯人の方でしょ。絶対そうに決まってるって。 常識で考えればさ、
I don't know what.
使ったのは犯人の方でしょ。絶対そうに決まってるって。常識で考えればさ、暗視スコープを使ったのは犯人の方。絶対そうに決まってるって。
Where's your proof that the killer used them?
暗視スコープを使えば暗闇の中でも戸上を殺せるじゃん。実際そうなっちゃとにかくあれは最初からその犯人が現場に持ち込んだんだって。
I found a hole in your argument. I'm sure Byakuya brought the night vision goggles. I had to refute Mahiru's claim with evidence.
だって暗視スコープを使えば 暗闇の中でも戸上を殺せ。実際そうとにかくあれは最初から犯人が現場に持ち込んだんだって。
Okay, I think I know which truth blade I need to use.
実際そうなっちゃとにかくあれは最初から犯人が現場に持ち込んだんだって。その言葉切らせてもらう。
No, Byakuya was definitely the one who brought those night vision goggles. Definitely, but why? Inside the Duralumin case Byakuya had with him during the party, we found a smaller case for storing night vision goggles. Which means we can assume the night vision goggles were kept inside that Duralumin case as well. Woohoo! I said assume. Ibuki never uses such clever language. Because, you know, when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. Plus, Byakuya was the only one who could have taken the night vision goggles out of the case, since he was carrying it around before the blackout in the first place. I see. When you put it like that, it makes sense. Then, was that knife inside the case too? If there were night vision goggles inside, it wouldn't be weird for a knife to be in there too. It would be weird. I am weird, aren't I? At times like this, I'd rather be fantasizing about tonight's main dish.
Oh, you totally mean that in a perverted way.
The knife was brought in the Duralumin case along with the night vision goggles too. No, that's not possible. The knife was hidden in the dining hall before the party even started. I should be able to prove it. Duct tape! There was duct tape left under the table where the body was found. Huh? Duct tape? They probably hid the knife by duct taping it to the underside of the table.
Oh, so that's why we found duct tape there.
Though Byakuya was thorough, even he couldn't have noticed a weapon taped to the underside of a table. This may be off topic, but why was Byakuya acting so paranoid? Not only did he bring a self-defense kit, but he had night vision goggles inside the case too. That's true. He went above and beyond being a little cautious. Now that you mention it, that applies to the previous items he confiscated as well. Or that applies to the dangerous items he confiscated as well. It's one thing to be a little cautious, but performing a body check is a bit much. He probably knew someone was planning to commit a murder. Are you saying he predicted the murder? Could it be? Was he also in possession of the all-seeing eye? You think so too, right, Hajime? That's right. Byakuya probably knew there was a possibility that a murder could occur. Okay, murder threat. Everyone, can you please take a look at this? Be careful. The first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone. Hey, the hell is this? Hajime and I found this in Byakuya's cottage. It looks like a threatening letter someone sent to him. So who's the someone?
Nobody besides Monokuma would write such a dumb, threatening letter like that. Wasn't me. You and I need to stop talking right after each other. Our voices are too similar. Are you sure? The only lies I tell are friendly lies. Those are still lies.
It doesn't matter who wrote it yet. So Byakuya became paranoid because of this threatening letter. He probably decided to throw a party because of the letter. What do you mean? By gathering everyone in one place, he tried to create a situation where everyone could keep tabs on each other. In doing so, he tried to put the writer of the letter in a situation where they couldn't act. But the letter might have just been a little prank. As long as he was determined not to let any of us die, he couldn't take that risk. His strong sense of responsibility made him believe the letter was legitimate. He should have told us he received a threatening letter. If he had, we would have panicked. Byakuya probably knew that too. So he tried to do something about it without telling anyone. I see. His strong sense of responsibility as our leader was his undoing. Screw that noise. Who the hell wrote that letter? Well, obviously the killer. The killer? Why can't I... Is it really one of us? Who is it? Among us, who's the one who killed Byakuya? Enough already. Show yourself, you coward. I'm trying to pinch my nose, but there's too many boogies in there, it hurts.
If they were able to come forward, they never would have committed a murder in the first place.
Yeah, I'm not doing that, it hurts. But I still can't believe it. Someone in this room killed Byakuya. There's no way I can believe that yet. Pardon me. Can I say something, please? What is it, Miss Sonia? I regret that I must return to this topic, but I just realized something concerning the night vision goggles. If Byakuya was indeed wearing those goggles, how did the killer manage to navigate in the dark? You're right. You're right. They wouldn't have been able to see anything without the night vision goggles. But if the murderer had the goggles when they took the knife, then how did Byakuya see them? Even if the knife bore some sort of mark, it would have been difficult to see it in the darkness. No, the killer definitely used a mark. And because of this mark, the killer was able to get the knife from under the table into his hands. The glowing paint. I like how his little ahoge wiggles. Even if the glowing... What if the glowing paint was the mark? With that, you'd be able to get the knife even in the dark. In actuality, the knife we found under the table and that duct tape stuck to the underside of the table were both marked with glowing paint, right? Does that mean the killer painted them in advance? But painting them with glowing paint, it's as if they knew the blackout was going to happen. Bitch, they planned it. They had to have already known. That's why they used the glowing paint as a mark.
Which means whoever set up the blackout is the killer.
That seals it. The killer is whoever was in the office with the circuit breaker. Which means it was you, Peko Pekoyama.
Eek! Peko killed poor Byakuya? Was this island not big enough for 2 glasses wearers?
I am not the killer.
Oh, I guess she's not.
How can you believe her so easily?
But with Peko's height, I don't think she'd be able to reach the circuit breaker in the office.
I don't care about a technicality like that. Peko's the one who tripped the breaker and caused the blackout. By tripping the breaker directly from the office, Peko was the one who caused the blackout. Is that really what happened? After this debate, blue-colored weak spots will start appearing. If we call the weak spots you've seen up until now argue spots, the blue-colored weak spots will be called agree spots. When shooting agree spots with truth bullets, you need to flip your way of thinking. See, now this is something I've always wished Ace Attorney had. That you could present evidence to agree with a statement rather than contradict it. Yeah, using evidence to support a statement rather than contradicting it. There we go. Instead of arguing that the other person's testimony contains lies or mistakes, please fire the truth bullets that prove the other person's testimony is correct. When your truth bullets merge with their weakness, it will become a logically sound agreement. Isn't it a little bit hot in here? From now on, you must infer whether it's best to argue or agree based on what's being debated. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay, only 3 truth bullets this time. I don't think so. Just from listening to Pecco's testimony, it's not weird to doubt her. But I feel like I spoke to someone during the investigation who totally backs up her testimony. Let's see. What was Nekomaru's account again? Yeah, I guess Pecco had a serious case of her stomach going Pecco Pecco. No, I think Pecco is telling the truth. Don't tell me you're crushing on Pecco. It's nothing like that at all. Nekomaru's account is actually Pecco's alibi. It's true. Someone was occupying the bathroom for a long time shortly after the party started. And it was finally freed up, after Byakuya's body was discovered. Then the person who was in the bathroom that whole time was actually... Everyone else besides Pecco was in the dining hall after the party started, right?
I see. There's no way anyone else could have locked themselves in the bathroom except Pecco.
I guess that would be true. You locked yourself in the commode? You should have said so earlier.
There's no way she'd actually say that. Gosh, you are so insensitive.
If she locked herself in the bathroom for that long, there's no doubt. It's shit. There's no way she'd admit it. There's no way she'd admit she was taking a shit. Hey, weren't you guys taught any basic manners? Or were you raised in a locker room? I'm sorry. It's fine. How about we stop talking about this and move on to something else? Don't worry. The smell wasn't that strong. I used the bathroom right after you, so you can trust me. I said it's fine.
But still, you were in the bathroom for a really long time. Did you had food poisoning or something?
As soon as I stepped into the office, I felt a sudden rush of pain in my stomach. Because of that, I was unable to leave the bathroom, including when the blackout occurred. Hey, how'd it feel to do your business in the dark? Did you get excited? Please don't. Seriously, stop it. But still, your stomach pain, was that really just a coincidence? Hey, what's the deal? Don't butt into other people's business, especially if you didn't do any investigating. I'm only butting in because you fucking idiots are out of your element. Stop this childish nonsense. Just what do you mean by coincidence? What I mean is, while we're talking about coincidences, Mr. P got hungry, so he's gonna continue this next episode. Also, it's possible that someone slipped us some laxatives.